Yeah, man. There again, people. Match day 19 of the Jamaican Premier League, yeah? Reaction to what happened today, Sunday. As I know, it's just two games televised on the TV. So I'm here to just drop my little reaction on what happened today, Sunday. A happy Sunday, everyone, man. I don't know. Man. Not a positive result, for my team in the JPL this match day. Arnett Garden, drew that one at the Jerusalem Mini Stadium, what they call it, Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem Mini Stadium, whatever it is, yeah. That's the scoreline over there, man. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while since both teams, have a 0-0 draw in the Jamaican Premier League. It's been a while, almost 10 years. Yeah, but big one, Umberland. Umberland, man. Umberland got a big victory down there on the West Coast, beating Montego Bay 2-1. Wow, late goal by the man himself, Mr. Thompson. Yeah, big goal, lift up Vassal Reynolds' team. A very needed points for Umberland, and also, man, another late goal again. Another late goal again from Sule McCullough, when he's going to stop score these late goals in the Jamaican Premier League, but he has been doing it, man, for a while now. Yeah, he's a skipper, so he's doing it from the front. Also, Portmore United, got that 1-0 win over Arborview. Big one for Portmore. Big result there at Fredington Park, as it's a much needed, result, especially, M.Pleasant, who won, Tivoli drop points, who Cavalier beat Fear. So it's a well needed points, for Portmore at Fredington Park. I think Portmore yet to lose a game at Fredington Park, so some teams, are really doing really well, especially Cavalier. I would love to know that stats between, the longest unbeaten streak, in the Jamaican Premier League. I know for a fact that I think Arnett Garden have the longest winning streak. I think it's 10. I think it's 10 games Arnett have gone. I think it happened during the season when they won it. I don't remember, but yeah, Arnett Garden, I think, have that stats 10 straight victory in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, it's a good record to have, To be honest, it's a good record to have. But yeah, Portmore, man, and Cavalier, I would love to know that stats though, the longest unbeaten run in the Jamaican Premier League. People, man, listen, it's so difficult to get stats for the Jamaican Premier League. It's so difficult, yeah. As you know, I'm not like going, details in like how I do, the JPL review. I'm just, a quick chit chat of the scoreline, as you know, all 7 games played to the Sunday. So, can't believe, that one Vassal Reynolds, as I said, big result down there. I'm pulling up this one right now. Veer again, man. I don't know. Another team that's looking for positive results. Yeah, Treasure Beach got a positive results. Most teams got a positive results in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, but Veer just cannot get that one. Dumbolin have to be doing it a harder way. Yeah, they came right in the back end of the game. I would say probably the last quarter of the game, Dumbolin, pulled through and got that 3 points that they needed. Well-deserved 3 points, to be honest. Lima don't look like they want to play football, man. They don't look like they want to play football. I mean, I'm going to start from there, but Lima scored. They got that goal that they're looking for. And then right after, it's like they just fell right back. They just started defending way too deep. They're playing most of the first half. They were playing with a back 4. Then all of a sudden they dropped back to a back 5, and they center half just start to go like further back until he's probably like 5 yards away from his goalkeeper, and that just leave enough space, in the midfield for Dumbo Olin. And Lenny Hyde, made some brilliant substitutions, that actually changed the game. The man himself, Nicholas Nelson, came off the bench and got a goal, got that those assists for his teammates. Yeah, big one. But it's surprising how when I saw that Dumble Olin starting 11, and I was looking at it and I was running through. I'm like, oh, like where the hell so many players came from for Dumble Olin? When I look on the bench, I saw AJ Ajuma Johnson. I was like, for Ajuma Johnson. I was like, what the hell? What's really going on in the Jamaican Premier League? Yeah, what's really going on, man? You know, a man that could have been at Anthony Spalding Sports Complex right now playing his best football for Arnett Garden, but he decided that he want to leave and move on to better things. I don't know if Ajuma fell in that trap where if you cannot represent a certain team in the JPL, you cannot get picked for the national team. So I don't know if he decided he want a better career, where he can go on to play in Europe and all of that. And Portmore and Harbourview Cavalier, these teams been known to push players out, of the Jamaican Premier League. So I don't know what was the reason, man, but I wish Ajuma Johnson would have stayed at Arnett Garden and playing his best. I would have be doing delight right now with Ajuma Johnson. But on the other side, if Ajuma Johnson was there at Arnett Garden, well, you have a Giant Thomas that's coming through, his first big season, for Arnett Garden, where he's starting week and week out, I think this is his third season of the Jamaican Premier League. Would Giant Thomas being that this prolific if Ajuma Johnson was still around? Yeah, because both of them like to play, in that number 10 era. So let's hope Ajuma Johnson can really do well at Dumble Holding. But he came on and he actually he lightened up a few sparks in the game, but nothing major. But at one point when I seen Ajuma made a run, he was actually like he was a little bit when he was breathing so fast as if like he's not fit. I know at one point at Harbourview he was injured. Yeah, he was injured at one point. So seeing him on the bench for Dumble Holding, I was like, wow. But yeah, Dumble Holding have a really good team, to be honest. It's a really good team. I'm admiring that team. Like, can they get a run going? Yeah, can Dumble Holding get a run going? If they can, then it will be a really good season, especially, started the season poor, then picked up around, I think, in November, the last part of November into Christmas period, and then everything just fell apart. The first, I would say, probably after that game that they played against Fear, the first game of the new year, the game that they won, and after that they just cannot win a game. Yeah, they just cannot win a game. But I must say it's a wonderful display from Nicholas Nelson. Yeah, the man that was on 11-game drought before that Treasure Beach game last week that he scored at the Wembley, not the Wembley Centre, at the Dumble Holding Sports Complex. But yeah, another man again, Merrick. I was seeing, I'm like, Merrick. When I saw really Merrick in the starting level of Dumble, and I was like, I only know one Merrick. I was like, whoa, Merrick. Then I knew, Marlon Allen, left Mount Pleasant because it announced on their page, and I was like, okay, this is really a good signing for Dumble Holding. But when you look Merrick, it's another player. I'm like, okay, well, Lenny Hyde is making some stride in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, but Dumble Holding sets of fixtures that's coming up, right? Let's look at Dumble Holding running because it will be really curious to see. So Dumble Holding next games up, they will play Moulins, Harbourview, Tivoli, Montego Bay, and Cavalier. So that's their next runnings coming up in the Premier League. That's what the next 5 games. So Moulins, Harbourview, Tivoli, Montego Bay, Waterhouse, and Cavalier, then Veer. So that's their next 7 fixtures in the Jamaican Premier League. So looking at these 7 games for Dumbo Olin right now, Mullines is Mullines is like Mullines is like a time bomb. Yeah, Mullines is like like a earthquake, but it's like a volcano, something that can erupt anytime. They play good today, and then they have moments in the next game where they look actually outstanding. Look like the Mullines that we saw just before the COVID break. Then boom, they shut down again. But Dumbo Olin on paper should get a positive result against Mullines. Dumbo Olin against Harborview, that's another game, and that's another team where they can turn up at any given time. Harborview, good quality players. I seen a team that can play a collective football together. If you really watch that first 15 minutes of the M.Pleasant game that they played over there at Complex, and that I think it was the Umberland game where they won 4-2. Most of that game that they won 4-2, they actually played really good. Yeah, they stick to the game plan, and you could see that they actually trying to make runs. Yeah, they actually trying to move in spaces, and they actually try to look to create overloads in the opponent weakest point, which was their wing back at the time. Yeah, but Tivoli, Tivoli is another team. Disappointed result today. Losing 1-0 at Jackson. Tivoli team, I don't know what is it. They've been having a really hard run, coming up to this game. So I don't know if, lack of energy, or they just didn't turn up. They just didn't turn up. But I must say, Tivoli is a next team they're not winning like 3-4 games on the run. They winning and staying unbeaten. So they will go like 2-3 games in a winning streak, and then boom, either they draw or they lose a game, and then they start to pick up again. So that is Tivoli's season right there. But Tivoli is more consistent, playing really good football than not playing consistently. So that game going to be tough for Dumbo Olin, the Tivoli game. That game going to be really tough for them. Another team, Mobile. Yeah, they will play Mobile. So they beat Mobile last in the last game that they played. They beat Mobile at Westport Park. Yeah, I think they were the last. I think they're the last team to get 3 points at Westport against Montego Bay. Different from the Umberland victory that they got over today. But going away, Mobile going away from home from Westport Park, not favorably getting the big result that they're looking for. But Montego Bay, one of the not the best team on the road when they play away from Westport, but Dumbo Olin, if they can turn up, if their players can be more disciplined, because even though they won the game today, they just not disciplined enough. Yeah, they just not disciplined, and Mobile team is a team that can hurt anyone at any given time. Waterhouse, another team that's they're going to play they're not consistently playing well. Yeah, Waterhouse only won, I think they only won back-to-back games one time this season. So they yet to win back-to-back game for the second time this season. So Dumbo should favor themselves to get something out of the games. They have 21 points right here in the next 7 games that they easily, the qualities, and Lenny is a really good coach, but the bouncing football sometimes just not going to work all the time. Yeah, you have to be a little bit more direct. You have to be a little bit more poised in your build-up. And Dumbo, it was a little bit too slow. Yes, Lymar didn't press Dumbo for them to play a little bit more precise, but with a little bit more speed. But you just cannot wait until teams, press you so you can play fast football and play at a high tempo. Yes, it was a 1 o'clock game. Yes, the sun is hot. It's hard to play in heat sometimes, but as a baller, you get paid to play in any weather. So that's a game, Dumbo is looking to see if they can get a really good result. That one, Waterhouse game, I think they should get at least a point in that game. But out of these 7 games, the teams that I see Dumbo if they drop points, 3 points against these teams, it won't be a surprise. The Cavalier game and the Tivoli game, as these two teams are up in the top 6 all season long. Yeah, especially Tivoli. Tivoli have been in the top 6 all season. I mean, Cavalier started out a little bit slow, Cavaliers was playing away in that CFU in and out. So they actually playing this week, the other week they're off, in the Jamaican Premier League. So it take a while before them start to get in tune with the league and all that. So you see their quality right now and display and fine results against Fear, another clean sheet. But yeah, those two games, if Dumbo Walling don't get 3 points or a point from those games, it won't surprise me because these two teams have been playing consistently well in the Jamaican Premier League. Going to move on from Dumbo Holding and Lyman, but don't know, man, but I don't know what Lyman did today, but the players actually walking, after, Merrick got that goal, man, and, that deflected free kick from Stuart. Lyman just decided, you could see that these players, they already gave up. They gave up, especially when the third goal went in. They just started to just have a I don't care attitude, And if I was the coach and seeing all those players walking on the pitch today for Lyman, those players going to be on the bench. I rather lose with some players that willing to work hard, yeah. And even though you are in that relegation zone from the start until now, you just have to play really good, yeah. You have to play your heart out because guess what? You're playing for the badge. Yeah, you're playing for the badge. It doesn't matter which team you're playing for. You have to play and respect the club that you are. Yeah. Going to move on from that game and going to talk about the Umberland game. The Umberland and Montego Bay. So finally, the drought is over. Yeah. Moby have lost at home to a team who is below them in the league standing this season. This is the first time losing a game at home, Montego Bay at a team that is below them in the table. And I was watching this game. I was watching the game, I was watching that game and the M.Pleasant game at once. And the energy, man, from the Westport Park, the stadium, it wasn't looking right. It wasn't feeling right. And the background noise, it was a dull game, in terms of fans. When I watched that game, last Sunday against Arnett Garden, you can hear that the fight in the fans' voice. You can hear the passion. The fans are screaming out, yeah. But you just hear one and two fans in the background talking. But I don't know if because it was Arnett coming to town. When Arnett come to town, it's always that extra energy, for Arnett Garden whenever Arnett Garden come to town. But yeah, they started the game really flat. I don't know if it came from what they actually, felt in the first 15 minutes of the game, because of the fans and all that. But could have done much better. They created a whole lot of opportunities in that last, I would say from around the 65 minutes, they have created around 3 to 4 good opportunities, where they could have gone and win the game. But Umberland have showed a positive sign that I've been looking for, for this team, especially what they highlighted last season, what they can do, in the defensive third. They can defend deep. They can stick to the guns. They have that passion, to get the ball out of their defensive third and push the opponent away. And time, Montego Bay sent so many waves of attack, towards Umberland goal, but couldn't get the breakthrough. Could not get the breakthrough. Top man, Jean Claudio, had a very average game, and even though he scored another penalty yet again, I think that's his third penalty or his fourth. I know he scored one on Arborview, scored one today. He scored one on Arnett Garden at Complex. I think there's one more. I'm not sure if there's one more, but yeah, he's either 3 or 4 penalties scored, so far, in the season. But yeah, another average performance from him. The midfield didn't play up to standard. yeah, the midfield didn't play up the standard today. So many open gaps in Montego Bay midfield areas as Umberland. That's where they target Montego Bay most. And when you're trying to play against Montego Bay, you're not trying to target them through the middle, as they always have this stiff, this heavy midfield where they're so strong there, you just cannot play through it. But Umberland have done so a few times, especially in the first half. I could understand what Vassarinas was trying to do. Sit really deep, soak up the pressure against Montego Bay away at Westport Park, and he tried to hit them a few times on the counter. It did work. But to some point in the game, I was saying, okay, it's too negative. It is too negative. It's like watching the Umberland team defending against Montego Bay at Westport Park. It's like I'm watching Burnley against Arsenal. They sit a little bit too deep. Sometimes you have to just get out of that little shell, push up the team, get a little breather. But what kind of save Umberland a few times in the game, as whenever the temperature is, I think is it 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's like that to take a water break. Each time a water break, come in the game, it break Montego Bay momentum, and it happened in the 60-something minute where Montego Bay just started to play good, and then boom, the water break. Yeah, the water break came just after Jean Claudius scored that penalty. There's a water break, I think 5 to 7 minutes after, and it break Montego Bay momentum, and it takes them another 5 to 7 minutes, which that could have easily created some goals in those minutes to take them to get back the momentum going, but big results, for Umberland, man. Big results, They haven't won since January 17 when they beat Treasure Beach at Stets Field. So, and then, I might forget this, there is the monkey finally, again, of Umberland back. So, people, look, to get more to get more in depth of the Jamaican Premier League, just look out for my JPS Stats Corner video that I'm going to drop. Is probably more likely going to drop on Tuesday. So look out for that video, where I go, deeper and give you guys more in depth of what happened in the game. But this is Umberland third time going into a game. It's like this is sounding a little bit low, but yeah. So this is Umberland third time going into a game, where they have lost 3 games. They have done this 3 times throughout the season so far. Yeah. Now let me give you the full details of when they did it. So before this game, Umberland have lost 3 games on the bounce. Yeah. 3 games on the bounce. Whenever they lost 3 games on the bounce, in this season, they always go on to win the next game. And it started when they beat Waterhouse 1-0, that very surprising victory, over Waterhouse. And then they lost the game against Veer 2-1. They lost to Arnett Garden, at Effortville when Arnett Garden beat them 2-0, and they also lost to against Double Olin 1-0. And guess what? Right after who they played Limal. Yeah, they played Limal and they won that game 1-0 at Jacksal Field. So every time when Umberland have lost 3 games on the bounce, they go on to win the 4th game, and it happened 3 times already. Yeah. So the next up now, after they beat Limal in that one game and break that momentum, they break that spell, though that 3 consecutive loss, they go on to play the defending champions. M.Pleasant, they lost 1-0. Yeah, they lost 1-0 at Jackson. They played Portmore at Effortville. They lost that one 4-1, and they also lost at home to Tivoli. And guess what? Right after that again, they played the team that's second to last in the league, above Limal, which is Treasure Beach, and they won that game at State. So this is the third time they have done it. No, this is a real. I'm just going to really watch and see if Umberland going to lose 3 games on the bounce and then win the 4th game. I just don't know. It's just like Justin Dunn last match day. He have scored against Arnett Garden in I don't remember if it was match day 3 or 4 when they played in Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, and he scored a hat-trick, and they beat Arnett Garden, and then he went on to score against Umberland. I think they won 4-1. So he scored back-to-back in the league for the first time that spell, and then he played Arnett Garden a few match days back, and he scored against Arnett Garden that penalty kick to put them 2-1. And then right after again, he scored at Effortville Community Center against Umberland. So there's some strange stats. Yeah, there's some strange stats. That's why I said, people, look, just check out the Jamaican Premier League, which is JPL Stats Corner on my channel. There's one video up already. JPL Stats Corner here for match day 18. There's some weird stats about this Jamaican Premier League, and nights and nights I spend standing up in my room, walking around with my laptop in my hand, looking for stats, looking for the strange one that no one is really talking about. So go out and support that video on my on my channel, JPL Stats Corner. There's one video up already, so look out for the next one. I think I'm going to drop it on Tuesday. I'm going to drop it on Tuesday. So that's where you get all your stats about the Jamaican Premier League. There's one stats that it's really difficult, very difficult to get about the Jamaican Premier League, and it's assists. If you don't watch that game, just like you saw Nicholas Nelson made a few assists today, in the game against Lima. You just cannot know when players get an assist, as that partnership that the Jamaican Premier League is going to form with the statistics company. When they call it Y Scout, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to pay for that subscription, as it's a hefty price, but it's one of the way you can analyze the Jamaican Premier League, in a better way, a better shape, and you can actually look at players' heat map. You can look at how many passes a player is going to make in a game. There's so much about Y Scout. I've seen that platform for a while, but I have no reason to get it, because I'm just not going to get it and do it for my Prem podcast. As you need anything about the Premier League, you go on the Premier League website and it's there. But for the Jamaican Premier League, you can get a few stuff on the Jamaican Premier League app, but it's very limited. You have to go on some platform, some we call it scores, some we call it some one, those to app that gives you score lines. You have to go on. I have about 5 of those app where it gives scores on Jamaican Premier League games. So, and I run through all of them, and I dig and I find some unique stats, and just like this, and I have stats where I have teams. I think Dumbo Olin have a stats. I think when they scored first, playing, I think when they Dumbo Olin naturally not really playing most of their games at Dumbo Olin Sports Complex, as I think they played around 3 or 4 games there throughout the whole season. And when they played teams like going to come on TV, they played games at Arnett Garden, and they played it at Stadium East, wherever it is. But whenever they set up to be the home team and that fixtures, whenever Dumbo Olin have scored first in a game, they always go on to win the game. And it's happened 3 times already. It's happened 3 times already where they go on, when they score first, they never lost that game. So I have some unique stats like that, man. That's why I said, just check out the JPL Stats Corner. There's some weird stats if you want to know more in depth about the Jamaican Premier League. So that's the stats right there for Umberland. But Montego Bay have lost the opportunity, to close the gap on Waterhouse, as Waterhouse drew with Arnett Garden. They only gained 1 point, not 1 point. They gained none. They could have easily, gone on 25 and cut the lead to 2 points. Cut the lead The 2 points is no, I'm looking. Yeah, 2 points. Over Waterhouse. Waterhouse and Dunbar is on the same points, 27-27. So Dunbar have made advantage of those two drop points that Waterhouse have been made. But talking about talk about that Waterhouse team. So Waterhouse and Arnett drew 0-0. This is the first time these two teams have drawn a game 0-0 since 2016. Yeah, it's the last time these two teams draw a game 0-0. There's always goals between Arnett and Waterhouse, and I'm still disappointed how the JPL, not just the JPL, but Sportsmax. I'm so disappointed with them again. You cannot have these two teams. Yeah, games are not coming on the TV. Arnett and Waterhouse fixtures is to the last 2 decades, as I said in my preview. It's the biggest fixture for the last 2 decades in the Jamaican Premier League. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it used to be the West Kingston derby. When political was really deep in our football, and when you used to have that big derby between Arborview and Boystone back in the days and all of that, but for the last 20 years, Waterhouse and Arnett have the biggest fixtures in as you know, these two teams have a preseason game that they always played for the last couple of years now, the Bowmel Classico. Why they have the Bowmel Classico? Because the Bowmel Classico set the Premier League tone for the weekend just before the Premier League kickoff. So that's where the vibes come from. They just started to do the re-final thing, what Cavaliers and M.Pleasant did. Yeah, 2 teams that played in the final played that pouring half season 1.5 games. So Arnett and Waterhouse have that Bowmel Classico. So they always been playing that before the league start. But as I said, it's nearly 10 years, for these two teams have drawn a game 0-0. Yeah, but Waterhouse is 6. They've been in 6 for some while now. To be honest, they've been in 6th position for some while now. But when Waterhouse beat Veer, yeah, when Waterhouse beat Veer in that game, that I would say it's an unlucky game that they beat Veer 1-0. Veer could have easily get something out of that game, but I was saying to myself, and I was looking at the fixtures, and I was like, okay, since match day 2 and 3 when they beat Montego Bay and Limeall, that back-to-back game that they won, they haven't done so since. And then, okay, I said the same thing when they beat Limeall, I think 3 weeks ago when they beat Limeall 1-0, yeah, I was like, okay, the next game up will be Cavalier. Can Waterhouse go on to a back-to-back? They lost 1-0 against Cavalier. Okay, so after Cavalier, they go to Veer. I was like, okay, they beat Veer United, fine. Can Waterhouse go on? Even though Arnett is my team, I was like, okay, can Waterhouse go on to beat Arnett Garden? I think Arnett Garden is unbeaten against Waterhouse for the last 5 games now. Can they go on and beat the Junglists? Yeah? Can they go on and beat the Junglists and do, the back-to-back for the second time? And I was looking at the score and I was like, okay, looking at it. At one point, I saw Arnett Garden score. Sorry, I don't know if it was an offside or what, but at one time I get a new score that Arnett Garden has scored. Yeah, but a minute later it says correction, no goal. So I was wondering if it was an offside goal or something. It has to be an offside goal or something. Something that got disallowed. But there was a goal that got disallowed, and I got it both, and I got it on 2 apps that I have. Not the Jamaican Premier League app. I got it on 2 apps that I have that I track down the Jamaican Premier League. So boom, 90 minutes. Waterhouse, drop points at home. You know what? And Waterhouse have been poor at home. And I was like, okay, see, Waterhouse is just not prolific winning back-to-back games. Like, people like Waterhouse is a really, like, the history of this team, it's just, and when you look at the players, they have some really good players. Like, probably a front 4, and the midfield, like, they have Gibbinson. Gibbinson is a really good midfielder, really good midfielder, someone that can do a good job for Waterhouse. Then Arnett Thomas, you have Andre Fletcher. You know, obviously you have the rookie, spending his first season in the Jamaican top flight. Javian Bryan, who else? And the farmer old Marian. Yeah. What's his name? I think I forgot his name. Man, I forgot his name. Tell you his name really. Tell you, Rivaldo Mitchell. Yeah, Rivaldo Mitchell. I think he was an old man. I used to watch him in the schoolboy football. But yeah. But when you look at those players, Rivaldo, Javian Bryan, Dinardo, Nikai Christian, I don't know what happened to him, but I think I must look if Nikai Christian played today because I didn't look on Waterhouse, starting level. I think I missed that starting level today for Waterhouse, but see if they had Waterhouse starting level. So, because Nikai Christian been missing for a while. Like he started the season so good, for Waterhouse this season, but after a while he just fade away. Yeah, but I'm not seeing the Waterhouse starting 11. I'm just not seeing it. Why? Why I'm not seeing Waterhouse? I'm not seeing it. I just want to know if Nikai Christian really played today. Wow. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, I think I found it. So, Waterhouse, Kemar Foster, in goal, the man that made 7 saves and the proven player of the week in match day 18. They start their usual team: Javian Bryan, Fletcher, Navarro Blair, the wing back, Christopher Matthews, I don't know him, Elvis Wilson, Denardo Thomas, Jibinson, Rivaldo Mitchell, Samar Dallas, and Booth. Yeah, as regular team, they started like eight players that normally start, in their starting 11. Also, yeah, I saw. Let's look on the app. I saw Nikai Christian, but I just like to double check on different platforms because sometimes things don't go right. So I just look at a different platform to see if it was Nikai Christian who was on the bench, so I can confirm that. So yeah, it's Nikai Christian. So probably maybe he was out injured, but he was out for it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. So it's 19 games played, and he have played in 14 games and started in 12. So yeah, 2 substitution appearance. But yeah, he started the season well. I remember when he was giving Javian Bryan loads of opportunity. In I would say the first half of the season, around from match day 1 until like match day 7, Nikai Christian was like the best creative midfielder in the league. But Waterhouse have a good sturdy squad. It's just that the center half, it's just the center half who is a problem sometimes, but other than that, really good team. Sometimes I think, Fuzzy has, he lose the plot sometimes. His substitution sometimes is really poor. I question Marcel Gill substitution tactics almost every match day. Is either he take off the wrong player or he take too long to bring on a player. So, but yeah, hey, Jordan, big up yourself. But where I'm at, I think I'm at the Arnett. So yeah, the Arnett Garden game versus I was talking about the Waterhouse runner farm that they're having. But yeah, this is the first time this season the Junglist Arnett Garden have gone on 3 games without a win. First time this season, man. Arnett Garden is playing really poor on the road. Arnett Garden is one of the worst team in the top 6. Would I say the top 6? Yeah, the worst team, above Waterhouse. Waterhouse is the worst away team in the top 6 as Arnett Garden. If you put the top 5, Arnett Garden is the worst team in the top 5 when it comes on to away games. Arnett played the last 3 games and is on the road still searching for that win in 3. So yeah, first time the Junglers have gone in the season 3 games without a victory, and it's just not looking really good for the Junglers yet. As next up, it will be a very important game. They cannot afford to drop points against Cavalier. That's the next game. Remember, I need revenge on Cavalier. Yeah? What Cavalier have done to us at, I think it played at Sabina Park. Yeah? What Cavalier have done to us, man, and gave us 3-0. You know, all 3 goals. Roshan Amos was horrible in that game. Yeah? See why he's not getting any game. You know, Amos, Amos is the son of Waterhouse legend Amos. I don't remember his name. What's Amos' first name? But yeah, he's the son of a Waterhouse legendary, defender. But since that game, Amos have been disappeared. But yeah, Cavalier next and next 3 games. So the next couple of games for Arnett Garden. Arnett will play Cavalier next. Then I think this game might play at Wembley Centre against Veer. I'm worried. I'm worried for my team. I'm worried, man. Arnett Garden, when it comes on to away farm, yeah. When it comes on to away farm, away from complex, Arnett Garden have played 11 games and got 16 points. Yeah, the best team on the road in the league is M.Pleasant. M.Pleasant is the best team as they played 10 games. That's 30 points, and they only dropped 8 points on the road. Only a few teams have beaten M.Pleasant on the road. I know Arnett Garden is one of them. I know Cavalier is one of them. Trying team. Let's see. There's another game that they drew that game at Frederick Park. So M.Pleasant not drop a lot of points, by smaller teams outside of the top 6 on the road as they clean sweep everything on the road. So yeah, they are the best away team in the league. Behind them is Portmore and Tivoli. Yeah, Cavalier is in 4th position when it comes on away farm in the league. So Arnett Garden have scored 14 on the road and gave up 12. The best defensive team on the road, yeah, is Tivoli Garden. They gave up 5 goals before this game played against M.Pleasant. So now they gave up 6 goals on the road. So that's the best team. And behind them is Cavalier, 6 also concede. Would you concede Cavalier like, I don't know where is Cavalier in a home field? I asked my father, and he was saying, so at one point, back in them time, Cavalier used to play the game at Stadium East, and I was like, time, man, we need the team them to start play back some football on them home turf. Yeah, we need Cavalier to have a home field for themselves. Sabina Park and Stadium East is for cricket and it's for the national team them to use. But Tivoli, Harborview. So we need what they call it, the old railway road field at Edward Siaga Complex, Harborview Mini Stadium. Which other team is not playing at home? I think Mullines don't have a home field where they play matches. I know Mullines field is down there at Walton Park Road. It's not equipped enough to play Premier League games. They have a really good, who never been to Mullines field, it's a really huge landscape where, you can build stadium there, but I'm going to move on from that game against Arnett Garden, but Arnett Garden, man, it's not looking good, but yeah, we're still right there. Just 8 points from the leader. I want Arnett Garden to finish back on top position as they did last season. Just 2 points behind Tivoli, 4 points behind Portmore, and also 7 points behind M.Pleasant and 8 points behind the leader, Cavalier. So next up, the game. Talk about M.Pleasant and Tivoli though. M.Pleasant and Tivoli, talking about that game. Did I talk about that game? I don't remember if I talked about. I was saying a little bit, there and there about that game, but This is actually one of a better performance I have seen Mount.Pleasant did in the Jamaican Premier League back to back for a while. For a while they put in a really good shift. Remember, they started that game against Arborview shaky. Yeah, the last home game wasn't really good against Mullines. After came back in a last minute, Sule McCullough goal again. Time and time this captain saving this team, but when they played that game against Arborview at Complex and they came back I think they scored 2 goals such a quick time, yeah, to be Stars of the East 2-1. The last, probably I would say the last 25 minutes, the last 15 minutes of the first half, they put in an excellent performance in, as Arborview kind of tied them down, in terms of dealing with midfield battling, getting players overload in the wing areas, getting their front man Fagan working hard as a horse, but different from that, Mount.Pleasant played excellent in that game. Take away that first 15-20 minutes in that game, Mount.Pleasant played excellent. Devante Campbell, a man that always bring the sparks off the bench whenever he sit on the bench for Mount.Pleasant. Obviously, he's not in the squad. So the man them call Rasta Kimori Bailey, yeah, played a really poor game. He's the one that before he picked up that ankle injury, yeah, he was having a little goal fest in the Jamaican Premier League, yeah. When Mount.Pleasant was on that, when they won that between match day 1 to 6, when they won their first 6 game, he was on a run. Then he picked up that ankle injury. Then he was out for like a game and then came back finding himself on the bench. But back-to-back performance, I love to see, from defending champion, they have so many qualities players, in their roster, like so many players, like Daxley finally get a good run out, before he came off, but I think Daxley used to play for, I think it was St. Lucian. I think he used to play for Cavalier. One of those teams, but yeah, he's a really good player, but that's you see, a whole heap of quality in depth. And when you look at the bench, you saw a man like Shandy James, you saw a man like Cowan Aston, the right back, Rudolph Aston, Little Nevia, so much players, and they load off a few. I heard that, Damar Deacon is there down the holding, so players there for fun. But yeah, they should be doing stuff like this, and they started the game with an electric wave of attacking, having Tivoli pinned back in their defensive third. But I have to give Tapa, a lot of credit for that performance. Kind of faded a little bit in the 50th, around the 55th minute to like the 70th. Then they kind of picked up back again. But I must give Tapa a whole lot of credit. Yeah, Sule McCullough, time and time, this man bail Mount.Pleasant team out of the gutter. Yeah, but big up to Mount.Pleasant, and big up to them owner, Peter Gould. Man is doing really, really excellent job, for the community down there in St. Ann. I want to touch on, let's talk about Cavalier and Veer United. Veer, yet again, man, as it's the first time Veer have gone in the Premier League season where they lost 4 games on the bounce, 4 consecutive games. I think I don't want to say it, but I think I might have to say Veer is leading down that road where Veer is going to expect to change managers really soon. But there's only one reason it can kind of save Rudy Linval, Rudy Dixon job. It's just because Treasure Beach and Lima is playing so poorly. Only two teams going to get relegated from the JPL this season. It's just that they're not threatening to get really to that relegation zone. So that kind of saved even Ludlow Bernard, because Arborview at one point started the season really, really poor. They just kind of finding their feet a little bit in the JPL this season, but not picking up points consecutively on a positive note. But it's this kind of save, Linval Dixon job, not being threatened to get relegated, kind of saving job. So, hope the legend can find and turn things around, to be honest, because when you look at when you look at when you really look at Veer right now, lost to Cavalier 2-0, lost to Waterhouse 1-0. That was an unfair result for them. Last at Westport Park versus Montego Bay 2-0. They lost to Tivoli 2-1. They drew with Arborview, January the 21st. That was the last time Veer picked up a positive result. Yeah, the last time 0-0. And I heard they should have gone on to lose that game. It's just that Arborview didn't take the opportunity. Then right after Arborview, you go further down, lose, double all into Mullines. So they're yet to lose they're yet to win a game in the calendar year. And when you look at those fixtures, the only games that they have scored in, it's the Tivoli game and also the Dumbo Olin game. It's really poor, But look, when you take a look on Veer United when they played Limal, yeah, when they played Limal in match day 7, they won the game. Then they played Arnett Garden Complex. They lost that game 2-0. But guess what? They went on the next 3 games unbeaten, where they beat Mount Pleasant at Jackson Stadium. So that was a big result, for them. I think they're the second team to beat Mount Pleasant of the season when they beat them that time. The first team to do so at home. Yeah. So they got that massive victory over Mount Pleasant, and they also did it over Umberland in the Clarendon Derby, where they also came from behind to beat their bitter rivals 2-1. Yeah, they won that game 2-1. They got a red card in that game and they came back and win. So you see that this is a team can play it, Kemar Bushy Beckford are feeling it for the man. Feeling it for the man, but not positive right there for Veer United. As looking like that, that's relegation farm right there. That is relegation farm. So Veer United have scored 18 goals in the Premier League. Most of those goals they have came in the first half of the season, and they have conceded 26 goals. Look, when you look down there in that bottom from when you look down there from 8th place go down to 14, Veer United have the best defensive record. They concede the least amount of goals when you're looking at teams down in like the bottom 5 teams in the league standing. They have the best defensive record. They have conceded the least goal. They have conceded 26 goals. Yeah, the team who have conceded close to them is Montego Bay. They conceded 27. So when you look at that, and again, Dumbo is another team in that bottom 6 where they have a better, defensive record than Veer. But you see, even though they're not scoring, they're not really conceded like 5. Like you see, Lima conceded 5, 4 whenever they going, at home, a whole lot of goals. But Veer team is really good, but I don't know what is going on. They have 2 good players that I really love, 2 youngsters. I think one name is Cohen and Howe. Really good midfielders. Yeah, really good midfielders. And also, I have to say, their captain is a really good midfielder for them. Also, central midfielder, I think his name is Javier Brown, something like that. Captain for Veer United, and they actually just got back. Lamar Neal, from the injury list. Yeah, he's back for like 2 weeks now. He came back. Yeah, so let's see, who Veer United is going to play next. Veer next game. People, Veer, listen. If Veer don't win the next game at home, I'm going to give Veer a ban from the channel. I'm not going to talk about Veer results in the next. I'll give them a week. I will give them a match day ban. I will give Veer a match day ban if they don't win the next game, as they will play Lime. Everyone is tripping over Lime right now, yeah? Everyone is tripping over Lime. Lime have conceded, I think, four goals in a game for like 1, 2, 3, four. They have conceded 4+ goals 4 times in the league. So they have been dishing out goals to everyone. Everyone right now. So there, next game up, man. You have to be like, man, especially playing at Wembley Centre. Especially playing at Wembley Centre, man, where they still not the best at home. So let's see. Next up, which other game I didn't touch on, man. As this is just a look a quick scoreline reaction. Oh shit. Mullines. Mullines have conceded a 90th minute goal. Yeah? How did Mullines scored in, I think this is the midfielder, Javan Brown, the man that scored on Umberland, not Umberland, my bad. The man that scored on M.Pleasant, that game that M.Pleasant came back to Drew, the game, drew that game 1-1. He scored at Cracker and Davis, Shaquan Davis down there at Jacksal. He scored in the 93rd minute. And then Mullines gave up a goal in the 94th minute as Mullines got a taste of their own medicine. What Mullines did to Portmore in the last game. Was it last game? I think it was the last game that Mullines and Portmore played. I think it was the last game. Yeah, the last game that they drew 2-2 in the jungle. Yeah. Jason Wright scored a penalty kick in the 96th minute, the last kick of the game. Portmore dropped points. But they got a taste of their own medicine. Look, if Mullines won that, they won that game, they would have gone at 19 points with Veer and Arborview. Probably give themselves a little bit of shot to finish close as possible in the top half of, how you would say it though, the top half of the top 6, yeah, of the league. But again, Mullines is that team that is above Treasure Beach. They are 8 points above Treasure Beach, yeah, with 7 games to go. But big result though for Treasure Beach, big results, big results. As if they had lost that game, that would have been probably would have been okay, yeah. They finally come to realize that they're going to get relegated. But for me, they're going to get relegated anyways. They're going to get relegated anyways. But people, I had 10 people, watching the game. Tell me who is your favorite team. Comment and tell me who is your favorite team. I want to know what's your favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League. Just comment and let me know your favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League. Don't just watching the video and not commenting, man. Comment and tell me your favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League and tell me how long you've been supporting that team for. Don't just be like an anonymous one watching the video and don't hide, man. Show yourself. Show yourself, man. Comment and tell me your favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah? Don't hide. Show up yourself. Show up yourself, man. I have 5 more minutes left on this stream. 5 more minutes left on this stream. I'm going to see if the next 5 minutes, if anyone going to comment and tell me their favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So the next sets of fixtures, Tivoli. Whoa. Tivoli will play Portmore next in the next game up. Mullines will play Dumbo-Olin, as I said, Cavalry, Arnett, Waterhouse, Umberland. That will be a really good game at Effortville. I don't know if it's going to. No, that game seems like it's not going to play at Effortville because when I look on it, it says 5 o'clock. So I don't know if that game going to play at Effortville, as Effortville don't play home night games. It seems like the next Monday night game will be Montego Bay and Mount Pleasant. Let's see where that game going to play. Very interested. 7:30 p.m. Also, Arborview, Treasure Beach should play. That should be the next Monday fixtures. And Umberland, Waterhouse, and then more likely Umberland, Waterhouse game going to play at Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, as that game is scheduled to be no. Might be Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Might be. But let's see if it's going to be Stadium East. But yeah, people, still no one comment and tell me who is your favorite team in the Jamaican Premier League. That's how much you guys are hiding. You don't want to show up yourself. Guys don't watch the Jamaican Premier League. Yeah, you guys don't watch the Jamaican Premier League, man. I have 3 minutes left. Yeah, so check out the Morning Insider. Tomorrow, I have a show that I do. I haven't done anything all week. I'm just busy in the morning, so I didn't manage to do any Morning Insider from week started. So last week, Monday until Friday. So yeah, coming the Morning Insider will come up. As you know, the MLS is back on Wednesday. Yeah, the MLS is back on Wednesday. Inter Miami will play Real Salt Lake, Lionel Messi and friends. Yeah, I think Andy Williams. I think Andy Williams is still at one of his scouts. I think Tyron Marshall is some part of the Real Salt Lake. I have to look if they're still a part of that team. But yeah, man, coming to end, man, of the video. Can't believe anyone have comment in the box and tell me who. Yeah, can't believe anyone comment, tell me which team is their favorite team, But I leave it if you want to keep it anonymous, no one to know. But yeah, a little quick reaction. I can't believe I've gone a whole already. Jesus Christ. People, bless up on yourself as I have to run on Daniel Football Show to do the extra time talk. Yeah, if you want to come over there and watch it, yeah. Daniel Football Show. Come over there and watch the extra time talk where we talk about the big games around the world. So, look, thanks for watching, man. You don't know, Nicaragua Media House. Really appreciate love. And that remember, people, the Stats Corner is coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, I have to get enough information. It can't be tomorrow. I have to do, the set up everything for the Morning Insider so I can get that show prepared and upload before 8 a.m. tomorrow. As you know, I try to do it 8 a.m. every morning from Monday to Friday. So, yeah, man. And also, don't forget to go over my cooking channel and support Ricardo travel vlog. I have a video. It's coming up. Don't know if I'm going to release it tonight, but yeah, I have a video that's coming up. Yeah, cooking in the kitchen to the Sunday. All right. So, bless up, man. We out. Peace out.